actually a member of a gaming organisation, Fnatic Array, or Fray for short. A lot of people don't know much about this. Maybe you can tell us a bit more about Fnatic Array.
Well, Fnatic Array is like, it's a gaming organisation, right? They are really, the difference between Fray and most organisations is that they're really structured, and we have a lot of good communication between all the members, so we can talk to the head of Fray really whenever we want. We just jump on Vent. We can talk to all the other
Vent, for the layman's out there.
Vent Trillos. It's like a thing on your computer. It's like the Teams. I don't know.
Yeah. Assuming most people know what it is, but it's a chat system.
Chat system. There you go. There you go. It's really good having that support there. They have been trying really hard for us and helping us. It pretty much without the support from Fray and ACL and yourself fans, obviously I couldn't see ourselves going over there, to be honest. We really appreciate all the support and that they've been able to give us.
So it's a gaming organisation, Fray. Is it just Xbox? Are there many more teams that are involved with that?
No, definitely. Fray have a lot of other teams behind them. They got teams from Xboxes and PCs and games like Call of Duty and Battlefield. They got the whole range. COD team's actually doing really well. The PC team just won a competition with Alienware, and they won $25,000 worth of computer gear, which is really good.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really good. It's fantastic, to be honest. It's a really great organisation to be a part of. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah. Excellent. So you obviously, it must make a big difference not sort of being on your own. You're not just a Halo team. You're a Halo team, you're a Call of Duty team.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's this sort of community thing being the number one for everything?
Yeah, it's really good having that support and that, they just sort of help us with anything we need. We have any problems, they can help us out. And you got all the resources from all the other teams, from all the other ranges of whatever they do, I guess.
A lot of people don't even know the sort of source story of how Win Control came together with the current members. So obviously we've got Beno, but we'll go back a little bit. Before you had Beno, you had Ripped, and that's where you started to see your success story.
Yeah.
So you had Ripped, Slayer, Voltage, and of course Hef. Tell us about how those four members came together and how that sort of evolved. You don't have to go all the way back into the past, but when you met up with those guys.
Well, Ripped always had one of the team with me, I think, for a while. He I don't know, we've always sort of got along before. And I had previously teamed with Isaac. I was teaming with Slayer, and I think it was Fox and Direct or whatever. Then I decided to take a break from Halo, because we weren't doing that well or whatever, so I thought, I'd take a break. And what happened was Ripped got dropped from Nat, and then he comes to me and he goes, "Hey Hef, I'd really like to make a team with you." And I was like, "Oh yeah, sounds good." He's like, so we're just tossing out an idea to we should get. And I was going, "Oh, we should get Slayer," because me and him obviously really good friends and we had good chemistry or whatever. I knew he was good. So like, oh yeah, we had our three. And then we're like, oh, for our fourth, we didn't know. Ripped wanted to get Frantic actually. But Isaac comes to us and says, "Oh, what about this kid and this Voltage kid?" And I've gone, "Who's he?" And Aussie Pro. And he goes, "Oh, it's just a guy I always play with, sort of thing." I'm going, "Well, I'm willing to try out whatever," and look where we are.
And it just worked from there?
Yeah, just really, everyone just clicked from day one. We all just, had good chemistry. We're all sort of younger players as well, so it was pretty good, We all were in school, so we all could work around each other's times and everything.
So, with that lineup, with Ripped as your fourth, you were quite successful and you won many online tournaments and even the 2009 finals and the first event of 2010. Then there was sort of a change to your lineup. You got Beno instead of Ripped. What sort of happened with Ripped? Why did he leave? What happened?
Yeah, it was sad to see Ripped go. I think he just decided that he was over gaming for a while, I guess, after Adelaide. He wasn't even 100% sure in coming into Adelaide, to be honest. He wasn't that dedicated in coming. He was always hesitating, and I think just after we got back from there, he's just gone to us, "Hey guys, I really don't think I can put in the dedication that you guys need to be able to do well over in MLG." So he said, it's not fair enough. I don't want to be selfish, and not give it the 100% that you guys would want. So I'm going to sort of leave the team, which was his decision. At the time, I was pretty unhappy with it because I used to think, regardless of how his play style is and how a lot of people think he plays, it used to work really well for our team. So I was worried about getting in a new player if they would just throw everything out of whack or out of balance or whatever. But yeah, so we're looking at other players. Obviously, we're always keen to.
Who were you looking at?
Well, obviously, we're always keen to look at Beno, but we didn't know how, if we could get him, you know, the best player of 2009, overall best player of 2009, always the first option. We were looking at asking Doco as well. Doco was actually maybe going to attend Adelaide with us when Rick was not going to play for us, but that was just that was another thing. So pretty much we were looking at Doco, otherwise we would have had Beno pretty much. We saw them as the two players that could fit the role. And luckily enough we got Beno.
Talking about Beno, obviously Beno's the new fourth since prior to Melbourne and online round 2 for Fnatic Array. Beno has been in a number 2 team, unfortunately, which is a very vague term, very close, pushing for the title for a long time, as part of Team Evolution. So Team Evolution's lineup, for those of you who don't know, Code Star, Beno, Omen and Fearless. These guys have come second to BBR on countless occasions, and then in the 2009 finals they went to a thrilling 11-game series and lost the last game very, very, very closely. So Beno, I have to ask you, now you're in the number 1 team, how does it feel to go from that step where you're number 2, always so close, now you're there?
Yeah, I mean, getting second place just takes so much out of you. I mean, you put all them hours in, and it's just like, second's still good, but I mean, you don't play for second, you play for first. So, I mean, joining Fray and winning, like, it was just like a great feeling. I mean, all the hours and stuff that you put in just finally pay off, and and people start recognising you as like being the number 1 team, and yeah.
And has your team role changed since joining Fray?
Yeah, it has actually. It feels like I'm playing, I don't know, a lot more team orientated. It feels like there's a lot more teamwork overall, and I mean, I'm still doing like my similar role on TV, but it just feels a bit more.
So
like I'm getting help, I guess.
For those at home who may not have seen some of the tournaments or guess, I guess would it be fair to say that you were the main slayer for TE, and you're doing maybe a bit more objective work now, or? I'm
definitely doing more objective work now, but I mean, yeah, probably Cody was probably the main slayer on TE, but still, like, I guess if you go by stats, then I guess you could say I was the main slayer.
One of your closest mates, Cody, or Codestar, you've been teaming with him for a long, long time. And you guys, your teamwork together is fantastic. Was it a really hard decision to make that change? And
yeah, I mean, it was tough leaving like everyone on TV, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do. And really, like when I heard Fray were going over to America, I just knew like I want to go to America. And I mean, it was just so much easier just, with 3 guys already planning, just to jump in with that rather than expect 3 other guys to get the shit together and plan to go over.
Of course, I mean, it takes a lot of effort. Going back to 2009 finals, TE losing very, very narrowly to Fray. A lot of people ask the sort of question, if TE had beaten Fray on that occasion, would TE still be together?
More than likely, probably, yeah. I guess so, but I mean, it's just the fact that we're going over to America, that's like the thing I'm happiest about at the moment, so yeah, I mean, that's my main goal at the moment, so it could have been Fray either way.
There you go.